Hello, welcome back to Psychology of Success. This is your host, Dr. Filippo Manfumbo, and today we are looking at mindset change. And when we talk about mindset change, we are talking about the thinking and how we can be able to change the way we think and the way we do things. The Bible says, "As the man thinketh, so is he." So our thinking is dependent on the mind. So the way you think, that's the way you are. The way you imagine things, that's what you are. And that's why the Bible says, "He who looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery," because it is from the thoughts where comes the reality. So you cannot think the other thing and expect to have the different results. I asked the question, why is it that many people in Africa don't make it? Number one, the one of the reason why many people don't make it in Africa, it is the mindset. I'll give you example. You believe that for one to be rich, he has used charms. Then how can you be rich? There is a difference between a desire and also a vision. Everyone wants to be rich and everyone wants to make it in business. Everyone wants to have successful life. But the question is, why are we not successful or why don't we succeed? So the question is not about not knowing what to do. The question is, what have you invested in your mind? So the mindset, the mind is the biggest faculty of a human being. I was saying that, when you look at the lion, a lion is not the biggest animal in the jungle, neither is it the strongest animal, but because of its attitude, it is the king of the jungle. What is the attitude of the lion? The lion always thinks as the king. It When it looks at the giraffe, which can be even maybe even 10 times bigger than the lion, when it looks at the giraffe, what comes into the mind of the lion is that food. And when the giraffe looks at the lion, it begins to run away and says, "Oh, I am eaten." So that is the mindset. So to be successful, you need to work on the mind. For you to succeed in business, you need to work on the mind. It's not about having the idea. It's not about doing copying the idea of doing business. It's not about uh, running a project or running a business, but it is about how your mind is crafted to that business or to that mind. How possible is it? What is in your mind? Because what we do and what is in our mind are two different things. There is what we call ideal self and the real self. So the ideal self is what we desire to be, and the real self is who we are. So now, your ideal may be to become a great business person, and your ideal may be to become successful. But the real you can never be successful because your mind is never successful. So, if you want to change the way things are supposed to happen, change the way you think. So, changing the mind, it is changing the course of life. That's why you see when a person, what school does, it does nothing but just to transform your mind. So the school just transforms the mind. It does nothing. It doesn't give you money. It doesn't give you anything. It just transforms your mind. And when you transform your mind, it makes you to get whatever you want. So when you talk about mindset change, it refers to the process of transforming one's thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes to achieve a more positive, empowering, and growth-oriented perspective. So there are certain things that I want you to mark on this definition. There is number one, transforming one's thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes to achieve a more positive, empowering, and growth oriented perspective. So, this means that when you want to be empowered or to be positive in whatever you want to achieve, the first thing that you have to work on, it is the mind. We have not started looking at entrepreneurship, because the problem is not about learning entrepreneurship or learning about business. The problem is about our mindset, the way we think, the way we have crafted our mind, the way we have been taught, the beliefs that we have, the perspective that we have, the attitudes that we have. That is the one that determines what we are and what we become. So remember, mindset change is a continuous process that requires effort, patience, and a practice. Start your journey today. So begin to craft your mind to be positive. Begin to craft your mind to achieve. So by adopting a mindset change, you can improve. Number one, you can improve mental well-being. So when you change your mindset, you begin to look at things possible, and you begin to live a uh, well-being. Will begin to live better life because your mind is positive. The other thing is that you enhance self-confidence, because when you know your mind, well, as I was saying that the lion has just got the attitude, the mindset of the lion is the mindset of the victor. So what it does is that it is confidence in whatever it does. Then it increases the resilience. It makes you to be serious on what you want to achieve, or on everything, because you are not afraid. You know what you are supposed to do, and you know who you are. It develops a more positive outlook. It creates the more positive outlook. When you look at things, you are positive, and you know, I can achieve it. You know this is possible. You know the what can make things not to be done, because you are rational and you are positive. Again, it improves your relationships. Now, you know, if you don't have, you have got a wrong mindset, what happens is that you begin to look at people as your enemies. I always say this to those people that say, don't trust people, don't trust. I'm telling you, if people were not trustworthy, I was just telling somebody yesterday that out of 12, if you can only have 3 enemies, I'm telling you, you are dead. Out of 10, there is only one enemy. Out of 12 disciples, there was only one enemy, Judas Iscariot. So now what I mean is that, you know, out of the people that we see, no, people are bad, no, don't trust people, you know, it is because of your mindset. So if you look at people to be negative, you receive negative, because even when a person laughs, you think he's laughing at you, because that person just thinks bad about you. So mindset change is very important. So we don't have more enemies than people that are not our enemies. Then achieve personal growth. When you have got positive mind, you achieve personal growth. Then it increase motivation and productivity, because if your mind is positive, you become more productive and you succeed. So failure is according to what you believe, the attitude that you have, and the perspective that you have on something. uh, One was like, there is this common story which they say, one man was sent to another country, to or to another place, to sell shoes. And when that person reached in that place, he found that nobody was putting on shoes. He walked in the streets and nobody had shoes. Then he called his company and said, here people don't wear shoes and nobody can buy shoes. Then he said, please send me transport to come back. And they sent transport to come back, and he went back. Another person went there and found the people who were without shoes. He walked in the street, nobody was putting on shoes. Then he called his company and told him, please, the shoes that you have given me, they are just too little, because many people don't have shoes. So it's not enough. Many people are in need of shoes. So what is the difference? The difference is not what they found. The problem is not what they found. The difference is what one believed and the attitude that one had. So the one who had the negative the mind perceived it to be negative. The one who had positive mind perceived it to be positive. So, when you want to change the mind, number one, you have to recognize limiting beliefs. What is it that limits you? Identify negative self-talk, assumptions, and beliefs that hold you back. Those negatives, you cannot do it. No, people are bad. No, this life is difficult. You know what? So anything that tells you negative about life, do away with it. So if you want to change your life, if you want to succeed in business, if you want to succeed in marriage, first stop thinking what people have told you. If in marriage you have been told wives or women are not trusted, then you never trust your wife, and you always see the negative about your wife, and she always acts negative because that is what you expect. Number two, challenging assumptions, questioning the validity and the occurrence of limiting beliefs. Most of the things that we talk about, they are not even real. They don't even exist. Because somebody told you this person is bad, and you have believed that, and you just see that person to be bad. So no, you have to be philosophical. Let that person does bad thing to you. That's when now you're going to say, yes, this person is bad. Don't just have beliefs that you have not tested. As I was saying that, there was this belief that I believed. The reason why I'm suffering because I'm a pastor. Who told you that pastors suffer? Have you not seen the pastors that are doing well? You have not seen the Bushilis who are rich because of being a pastor. You have not seen the Oadepo. You have not seen a lot of men of God that are successful. You are suffering not because you are a pastor, because you have not just worked hard. So those beliefs are not philosophical. No, you cannot make it in Zambia. You cannot make it as an African. In my family, we don't make it. In our family, there is this. All those negative thoughts, if you challenge them, you change the way you think, then you're going to change everything in your life. Then, number three, reforming perspective. Replacing limiting beliefs with more balanced, realistic, and empowering ones. So you have to begin to craft your mind, to begin to look, to think successful, and to begin now focusing on succeeding, knowing that it's not what people say about you, it's about what you say about yourself. So if you say positive, then you will achieve positive. I want you to know that every person that has succeeded has been told you can never make it. Ask all the billionaires, ask all the successful leaders, ask President Tichlema, ask Bwanawasa, ask Sata, ask anybody who has made it. You hear that they were told you cannot make it, you cannot do it. So what you say to yourself is more important than what people say to you. Develop a growth mindset, embracing the idea that abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and learning. You have to know that, for example, if you want to be successful in leadership, you have to know that leadership can be learned. You can learn to be a leader. You can learn business. You can learn to be successful. Now, if you take it, if your mind tells you that those that are successful, they are privileged, they are lucky, they are what, you are not lucky, you are not privileged, you never succeed no matter what the effort you put in. You never succeed. Then the other thing is cultivating positive habits, building habits that supports a positive mindset, such as gratitude, self-care, and self-reflection. If you develop the attitude of saying thank you, oh, when for example you are not eating good food, then you say, thank God I'm eating, but I'll eat more better. When you are eating maybe carpenter and you want chicken, you just say, oh, I have carpenter, next time I'll have chicken. But if you always say, no, as it's carpenter, no, we are suffering, no, what, you never succeed in life. You never succeed in business. Then practicing self-awareness, regularly examining thoughts, emotions, and behaviors to gain insight and make adjustments. Always look at what have I done. If you fight with your wife, don't see your wife to be a bad person. See yourself first to be a bad person. If somebody crooks you, squanders your money, the problem is not that person. The problem it is you who gave that person. So don't blame that person, blame yourself. If anyone does bad thing to you, blame yourself. For example, you are moving in the night, you are attacked. Then you begin to blame those that have attacked you. It is you yourself, blame yourself. So when you begin to examine yourself, you begin to look at where did I go wrong, then you will not repeat the same mistake. But if you always see other people to be the ones that are unfair to you, you never succeed and you never see good in this life. Always, if you see your uh, your partners, your business partner to be a bad person, or your employers, your employees, your employers to be bad people, then you never succeed. The problem should be with you and how am I going to change things? Don't expect other people to change. Change your attitude. You cannot change what another person is doing, but you can change how you can respond to that person. And number 7, in blessing challenges, viewing challenges as opportunity for growth and development. When you have a challenge, know that it's a learning process. Learn from challenges. Then fostering resilience, developing the ability to bounce back from setbacks and failures. You are not a failure until you give up. You only succeed if you continue. They say those that give up never succeed. Winners never quit, and quitters never win. The other thing is nurturing a support environment, surrounding yourself with positive influences, supportive people, and inspiring resources. So take your time to listen to people that encourages you and back off to anything that frustrates you. Then celebrating every progress that you make. You need to learn to reward yourself, acknowledging and celebrating small wins and milestones. You just have to say, oh, you are a great person. You have even done this. Oh, you are a great person. You have even managed to get into a relationship. You are a great person. You have even managed to start a business. Even if it is not going well. You are at least you have started. Learn to build yourself. So that is the art of the art of mindset. So next time, next class, we are going to look at psychology of success, and we are going to look at conscious and subconscious. How does conscious work, and how does subconscious work? So that is what we have to look at. Thank you so much, and God bless you. This is your host, Dr. Tulipo Mwenfumbo. I believe you are becoming great people, and you're going to achieve big.